like to thank everybody for coming today. Scott County Sheriff's Office has 7 suspects in custody after cracking a massive burglary ring. 4 of these suspects are believed to be directly responsible for a rash of daytime and nighttime home invasions, with 3 others responsible for directly receiving and transferring stolen property. On December 22, 2011, the Scott County Sheriff's Office received 6 reports of burglaries with forced entry. These victims reported their doors were pried open and kicked in, houses ransacked, valuable items stolen from their residence. While investigating these burglaries, the Sheriff's Office received a tip from a concerned Scott County citizen who gave authorities a detailed description of the suspect vehicle that was observed leaving the scene of one of these burglaries. After obtaining this information, an APB was put out on the police radio advising all available authorities to be on the lookout for the suspect vehicle. Shortly thereafter, the Sheriff's Office was contacted by an animal control officer advising that he was following a suspect vehicle. Authorities from the Sheriff's Office were able to locate the vehicle, detain 3 suspects, and recover stolen property from 2 of the 6 burglaries, prompting an immediate investigation. The detectives and deputies of the Sheriff's Office worked diligently on investigation and linking suspects to 29 burglaries that occurred in 5 counties over the past several months. Of these 29 burglaries, 22 burglaries occurred in Scott County, with others occurring in Clark, Washington, Jackson, and Jennings counties. The combined total property loss during these burglaries exceeded $60,000. Additional arrests were made during this investigation, including charges of multiple property crimes such as theft and possession of stolen property. There were also 8 drug charges that were added to these arrests. During the suspect interviews, it was discovered that the primary motive behind these home invasions was to support the suspect's addiction to prescription narcotics. During the investigation, detectives and deputies of the Sheriff's Office were able to recover a large amount of stolen property, which we have displayed here today. These items include LCD TVs, numerous laptops, several firearms, and game stations. This investigation has came together through the follow-up of investigative leads, recovery of stolen property that was linked to these suspects, witness statements, intelligence reports, and suspect interviews and interrogations, which led to a possible combined total of 102 felony charges. The charges range from burglary, conspiracy to commit burglary, aiding in burglary, attempted burglary, theft, and receiving stolen property. Each count of burglary, conspiracy, and aiding in burglary carry a maximum sentence of 20 years. With each suspect having numerous criminal charges, the potential sentence could exceed 20 years per defendant if the suspects are convicted on all counts. The charges which have been filed are a formal method of bringing defendants to trial. The filing of a charge or defendant's arrest is not evidence of guilt. Each defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. I'd also like to add that there's still a lot of stolen property out there. This property has tremendous sentimental value to a lot of people here in this county. If anyone has property believed to be stolen, bring it to the Sheriff's Office, no questions asked. You will not be charged. We're just trying to recover as much property as we can for the citizens of Scott County at this point. And that's all I have. If you guys would like to ask any questions, I'd be happy to entertain those questions, talk about anything.
Since you're talking about property, this here is a small part of what you already have, or is
this is everything that we've gotten at this point. As you can tell, there's still a lot of property we have not recovered. What the suspects did was, as they stole the property, usually that very day, within a matter of hours, they would go and fence that property, usually for prescription drugs.
People that are taking it to are the same people, or?
We have a total of 7 suspects arrested. Like I said earlier, the primary suspects were 4. The 3 other suspects we have arrested on drug charges and possession and receiving stolen property were the primary vehicle, the people that they would take that to or use their vehicles to go to other places in the county. We have ongoing investigations right now into some drug charges and some places we suspect this equipment and merchandise was taken. We will continue to follow those leads. I anticipate this investigation to go into the next weeks or even months as we continue to recover property and probably fresh drug charges on some individuals.
How long of a time span did this cover?
This covered the last 2 months. It's primarily the month of December is when we became aware of it. We saw the crime rate, the burglaries increase tremendously, and that's when the information we got from this particular crime ring, this burglary ring, started really hitting it hard. A lot of stuff you see here was just simply stuff they could go in and grab quickly and get out. They did, in one case, go in and grab wrapped Christmas presents, toys. We were able to recover a few toys over there, but we didn't recover all those. So it was just a smash and grab kind of operation, and they were turning this stuff pretty quickly. That's why we were only able to recover what we have.
So there were 4 main people, 3 others were involved as well?
That's correct.
How did they fit in?
They primarily were involved in moving, transporting these people and the stolen property that they had with them. We know for a fact that they went to a couple of pawn shops and other places, but people that we arrested that were primarily responsible for this, we're always looking for transportation.
And these 3 people provided it?
And these 3 people provided it, yes, and received the property.
Has any of the property been returned yet, or how will you all return it to the rightful owners if possible?
All the owners that we know of have been contacted, and they are going to be coming in starting this afternoon to recover some of their property. Some of it has been returned. We've returned it to a couple of the counties that have come down and are running their own investigations. We anticipate these individuals will have additional charges coming from these other counties as well.
And the amount of property stolen, you all are estimating at around $60,000?
We're estimating around $60,000. A large amount of that was jewelry that we were unable to recover, some silver and some jewelry primarily that adds up to a lot of that number. We were unable to recover that, but we are still investigating and have some leads on where that may end up. We hope to recover some of that property.
So again, I guess, when did this kind of start and you all realized the pattern? And
like I said, it started probably when we became aware of it mid-November. It started really escalating during the month of December. That's when we noticed the crimes going up. These people were hitting probably 2 to 3 houses a day sometimes, and moving that property as soon as they got it and trading that for pills. That was the primary motivation, was the narcotics that they were getting for this property. Again, that's why we haven't been able to recover as much as we'd like to, because it went to individuals who were trading for pills.
Drugs can make people pretty desperate. Is it surprising that they went for Christmas toys for kids?
You know, it is surprising. I'd like to think that people wouldn't stoop that low, but we know that they will, and drugs, I'm sure, played a part of that. We have a huge prescription pill problem here in the county that we are combating, and this is evidence of part of that problem. These people are motivated to go into people's residence, breaking in during daylight hours most times while they're at work, taking the chance that there would be people at home, even children at home. We're lucky that that didn't happen. Somebody could have got seriously injured in one of these burglaries or killed. But I'm sure that the drugs motivated those actions.
When did you all actually, I guess, apprehend them?
We apprehended the original, 3 of these suspects on December 22nd when we got a call from a citizen. They robbed 3 residences that day. We were able to arrest 3 of those individuals, recover some property that very day. As we went through the questioning and interrogations of the property, it became more evident that these people were involved in much more than just what we caught them with that day. And it took us until now, until first week of January to put it all together. We suspect we still have property that we don't know who it belongs to, that they've stolen. We're still trying to find that out, and I anticipate there's many more burglaries than these 29 that were committed by this burglary ring. And like I say, our investigation is ongoing. At this point, we're trying to recover as much property as we can. We're still hopeful that we will. Don't know that we will, though.
And it wasn't just Scott County either.
No, it was several surrounding counties. We have it here in the press release there. A total of 5 counties involved in this.
Are you releasing names and mugshots?
We are. We've got a press folder for everyone here that's got names and mugshots on there. We would be happy to forward that information to you through email if you need that as well. But yeah, we are releasing names and mugshots, and all of you should have a list of those.
Can you talk about some of their criminal past? They have records.
You know, surprisingly, and again, I think this is mostly drug motivated, but most of these individuals did not have much of a criminal past. Most of them got going on this, found out it was an easy way to get money and drugs, and they ran with it. You know, I would say that, that probably only one of these individuals had any type of record at all.
They all pretty young?
Pretty young individuals, yes. I think we've got some figures here on them. We're talking 30 years old, 19, 30, 25, 31, and 36. So a couple of them more on the young side.
Will you be able to clarify for us which ones were the 4 main and 3, and then?
Yes, the 3 main suspects was Jessica Dane Wilson, Charlie Michael Eversole, Scotty Wayne Tolby, and Lance Igo. The other subjects, Brad L. Hyde, Paul Michael Collins, and Joshua Allen Spicer, were primarily arrested for possession of stolen property and transporting stolen property.
So they would transport and sell some of the property as well, or?
That's correct. They were at times involved in the transaction of getting rid of the property and getting money for drugs for that property. As you see on your booking reports, the initial charges don't reflect the charges that we have in the prosecutor's office right now. Like I said, there's well over 100 felony charges between these 7 individuals. The booking sheets that you have only reflect the charges that we picked them up on before their investigation got up to full speed. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.